underway. Monica Kolomakani, one of the impressive first-year players for Phoenix, will hand off to a vet in Sammy Whitcomb. Familiar face in this building, Kalia Copper, the 2021 Finals MVP, kicks it out to a Kolomakani off the mark. And Onion West.
A whole lot of strength versus Alyssa Thomas.
Rebecca Allen, beautiful cut and able to finish. Pretty off-ball movement. Nurse trying to stick with Whitcomb. She's been playing better of late after a slow start to the season. Phoenix has lost 5 of 6. Whitcomb, one of the best three-point shooters you'll find in this league when she's on. Couldn't hit there. There's the strength of AT for her first bucket.
And that basket by Alyssa Thomas was because of the offensive rebounding by Phoenix. The ball just dropped in between two Sky defenders. Sky doesn't have a lot of room, a lot of margin for errors.
The game status report is brought to you by the University of Chicago Medicine, the Chicago Sky's exclusive medical provider. So one thing not on this list, which was a positive, Haley Van Lith was after going through warm-ups, looked good in warm-ups, so she can play today. So good to have HVL back.
Well, Chicago played the Fever game and the game versus Golden State on Friday night with 3 available players coming off the bench. That's tough.
Whitcomb again, couldn't hit, 0 for 2. Talked about Kalani Brown's height. It's wreaking havoc early down low. Another possession for Phoenix here. Copper driving, the body control in the paint, got her own miss. Blocked from behind, but a foul. So there, the crashing of the glass, a challenge for the Sky, and Phoenix just kind of continuously earning more and more chances.
So this is what Chicago gives up by starting small. It's not that Michaela Onyenwere is not a capable rebounder, she is, but you're giving up a lot of inches with this lineup.
Again, Elizabeth Williams coming off the bench today. Slight adjustment if you tuned in late. Magellan Corporation, a specialty steel distributor with the heart of gold and proud sponsor of the Chicago Sky. I'll be curious to see how long it is until Elizabeth comes in. She has been really good when she has started this season.
And this is where Angel Reese's absence is really felt. Without Angel on the floor, Chicago is about 5 rebounds less per game. Angel was leading the entire WNBA in rebounding and offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding.
You name it, she's leading it if it's a rebounding category. There's Angel on the bench. Kia Nurse thought about it. Copper jumped up. Nurse drives, blocks. Coming over was Brown across the lane. Good job from the Sky to get back and set with Thomas flying at you. Not a sight you want to see. Here's Whitcomb digging in the paint again. Got her own miss again and finished that time.
All of Phoenix's points have come off the offensive rebounding.
So clearly trying to take advantage of that early with the relatively smaller lineup for the Sky. Still plenty of time on the shot clock here. Cardoso goes to work and draws a foul. Coming off the double-double on Friday, 14 points.
As far as foot speed, you saw her go to the nice counter move, the spin back over her right shoulder.
You talked about what the Sky have done on the glass with Angel Reese this year. This is just points and total rebounds. 11 points less by average without Angel out there. Last played against Washington, back tightened up in that game that we worked together. She had 22 points, 13 boards in that one. The impact has been immense all season when she's out there.
Well, Angel was top 15 in minutes played per game. And as a post player, has a heavy load in the paint, defensively and offensively. So it's no surprise that she would be having nagging back injuries.
Rachel Banham thriving of late in that point guard role, bounces it down to Onyenwere. Phoenix doesn't like the call. Alyssa Thomas trying to get their staff to challenge it, but it looks like there's going to be free throws coming up here for the Sky, but no. Maybe Coach Tibbetts does want to challenge it, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
I think it's very of the way it ended, and there was no clear possession, that's why you'll go to jump ball now.
And Mercury retained that challenge. Both teams off to slow shooting starts. Phoenix has gotten all their points off the second chance opportunities, but it's 2 of 10 start from the field for the Mercury. Rachel Banham stopping and popping. Couldn't connect there. That ball slides over to Beck Allen in the corner. The Sky can reset. Onyenwere from 3, able to drill it. Good to see
Kayla
that go down.
Onyenwere is shooting about 31% from the 3, which is just enough that you have to respect her ability to shoot that shot.
She had a season-high 17 points against her former team, the Mercury, back in June. Copper, a quick drive of that quick first step. Back out to Thomas. Another offensive rebound for Phoenix. Looks like a long 2.
That's that length of Beck Allen on the challenge.
Same spot. Not quite the same result. But a 6-6 tie early on, just under 6 to play in this first quarter. Joanna Bonner getting set to check in for Phoenix, and AT gets down low again. Nurse, good screen, good shot. Brown the rebounds. Sevgi Uzun also getting set to check in for the Sky. Was impressive in her Sky debut against Golden State on Friday. Single-digit loss for the Sky. What were some of the positives to build off in that game on Friday?
Well, just an opportunity to get Sev some minutes and get her in the rotation. I thought she had a great command of the offense, and she just really kind of made the offense flow seamlessly.
Kind of similar to Golden State. We've seen it early on with this Phoenix team. They'll fire away that a mid-range jump shot. Golden State takes a ton of threes. Can't go under those screens. Phoenix, somewhat similar, top 5 in the league in percentage of shots taken from beyond the arc. So,
and that's where they really struggled from behind the arc against Atlanta, and that was part of the issue. They only had 4 made three-pointers against Atlanta on Friday night.
Bounce down to Cardoso, tried to go off glass, got her own board. This time it puts it in.
And you talk about some of the positives from the Golden State game, Jason. 8 players total were available for Chicago, yet they were there until the last few possessions of the game. They were right in this game. They continue to show toughness and grit and fight despite this tough stretch.
You can really say that about the schedule of late in general. Even go back to this time last week against Indiana, same scenario. You look at in warm-ups, kind of weird seeing only 8 players out there, but then that third quarter, I know it kind of faded off in the fourth, but still pushing, still right there, still pulling within single digits. Just a high character team, to say the least, and you're seeing that character percolating throughout these games, even though they're not resulting in wins, but tied at 8 right now. Joanna Bonner in for the first time, her first shot off the mark. Sky did hold a 15-point lead at Phoenix earlier this season. Much different matchup, different personnel. Lost that lead as Cardoso gives the Sky the lead with a nice bucket down low. Friday.
Don't expect to see this lineup very long. Camila's played some heavy minutes right now. She hasn't had a sub yet. I expect him to go big for a few possessions and then sub Camila out.
Another one on Banham. A quick 2 fouls on the Sky's point guard, who has been the best 3-point shooter in the league over the last 13 games. And now Haley Van Lith comes to the scorer's table. Looks like they're going to let her check in. So Banham goes out with the 2 fouls. Van Lith available today. Went through warm-ups. Ankle is feeling good enough to go. And they need her early.
What I like about this lineup is with Sev in as the primary ball handler, you can move Haley off the ball and run her off some screens or just allow her to create in space.
It's a good new look for this guy we're getting to see right now.
Look at this, options. I like options.
They tried to look for Cardoso down low. Now they get it to her. Beautiful catch, beautiful pass.
All you got to do is give it to the other big, because there's nothing like big-to-big action and connection.
I know that's your favorite type of passing. Get a kick ball call here.
No one knows how to pass it to a big.
Superhero type names, skyscrapers. Not many teams in the league truly match up with a Marvel Knight as well as the Sky do. Whitcomb gave it away, and Uzun making an impact right off the bat. Van Lith working the two-woman game, took it herself. Got it back over to Cardoso, but it leaks out. Still time on the shot clock for Kia Nurse. Oh, beautiful pass, give and go. The finish is there. 6-point lead for the Sky.
Name another player with Camila's size at 6'7" that has the touch and timing to be able to drop dimes like that.
And then get a shot block on the other end like that.
And I'll wait for it. And we'll be waiting a long time.
It's one of the most overlooked part of her game. That passing ability. Shot clock at 2 for Held, meanwhile. Just has to hoist. Came up short. And now the Sky on a little run here, 6-0. With the crowd behind it, too. Looking for a big win today. Nurse tried to get back-to-back buckets. Will on the glass.
That's exactly what Elizabeth Williams did against Golden State all night long. She was able to capitalize off of missed shots. 8 rebounds for Elizabeth on Friday.
Thomas on a roll, couldn't finish. Normally a shot she'd make 9 times out of 10.
When I talk about the poise of Sevus, and that's a great example of it, Jason, is there's been 2 times now in transition.
Phoenix scores a lot in transition. Laksa able to stem the tide and snap a drought of nearly 5 minutes without a field goal for Phoenix. Sky will slow it down here, trying to have a good ending to this first quarter. It's been a dream start so far. Trying to snap this 7-game skid. Oh, the drop off, I believe that was a no-look shimmy. She doesn't look new, if that's the chemistry right away.
She just brings a totally different element to Sky's passing game. She reminds me a lot, dare I say it, of Courtney Vandersloot and what she was doing for Chicago those first 6 games.
Sloot does have her own bobblehead getting passed around the arena tonight, so it's fitting we're seeing some Sloot-like dimes and some Cardoso-like blocks on that end. Maybe it's transition time. Williams, quick spin move on Thomas, 2 veterans. Seen a lot of each other over the years in this league. Sky stayed patient on that possession, and it's going to lead to a couple of free throws. Beautiful sequence here, Shimmy.
This is just really, but she has a great command and presence about her. She is a true point guard, and she's got great size at 5'10" and excellent vision. So there were 2 times in transition where Chicago was running in transition. They had no advantage, and instead of forcing something, Sev pulled it back out and allowed her team to get set. That's the type of poise and discipline that has been missing from Chicago's offensive game.
Again, seeing a new look here with Van Lith and Uzun together, allowing Haley to play off the ball, and right now guarding Held full court. It's the grittiness of Haley Van Lith that you love. Diving on the deck there. 6-second difference, game clock and shot clock. Oh, Elizabeth Williams with the block. Back out, Westbeld in the corner. Couldn't hit. Locks to the rebound. Potentially the last shot for Phoenix. Held kept her balance on the corner. Oozing all over. Held for 3. Not sure how she got that to go, but did. Makes it a 6-point game. Still 4 seconds for Van Lith. Van Lith from 3, blocked by Laksa. A frantic ending to a really strong.
So you don't have to reach to go get it. You don't have to bend down. You don't have to reach up. She gives it to you right in your sweet spot.
She was actually on Phoenix's roster earlier this season when these teams played. Oh, pretty reverse lay-in right on cue. I think she heard Kalia's hit there and went to work. Was that the same hand she did the no-look, or did she switch it up that time?
That was her right hand.
Little Uzun magic early on here in Chicago. But Sevgi was on Dallas's roster last year. When she played 25 minutes or more, she had double figures scoring in 4 of those 5 games. And again, was with Phoenix earlier this season. Lots of hugs with the staff when they were out warming up today. One of the nicest people you'll meet. Lost it there to Laxa, her former teammate. Throws it to Held. Van Lith still in that matchup with Held. Copper back in. Copper 0 for 4 though so far. Natasha Mack goes to work down low, and a forward who dealt with some issues injury-wise early on in the season cuts the lead to 6.
I remember when Natasha Mack was actually drafted by the Sky a few years ago. I remember watching her work out. Her game wasn't pro-ready back then, but the work that she's put in, she's really has refined her post moves.
Well, Shimmy, no, that possession didn't result in anything, but something just pretty cool to point out. You had the sister-on-sister matchup, and they're matched up against each other on this end as well with Maddie and Kat Westbelds. Doesn't happen every day, and pretty cool to have two sisters in the same shot right there, living their dreams together side by side in different jerseys.
Well, they're still guarding one another, and how many times do you think they did that back in the driveway or the gym in Ohio?
A lot of times, and now doing it on the big stage. Elizabeth Williams snatches down the rebound. And this is a point in the season where their minutes have kind of co-aligned with each other more. It's definitely going to be talked about at the dinner table on holidays moving forward. Oh, Maddie nearly got the offensive board. Held will leak it out. Good outlet pass up to Bonner for 2. And DeWanna Bonner, early on in her first tenure with Phoenix, 2009 to 2019, early days she came off the bench. Multiple 6th Player of the Year awards from 2009 to 2011 before she became a starter. Then, of course, the years with Connecticut. Brief stint with Indiana, now back in the Phoenix uniform. The fadeaway sister-on-sister action there. So Maddie wins a little bragging rights for Thanksgiving dinner that time.
I like it when Maddie Westbeld is aggressive. I like it when she's not waiting for the game to come to her, because where she struggles at times on the defensive end, but where she has an advantage is on the offensive end.
Pump in the finish from Mack down low. That's going to be a fascinating matchup to keep an eye on. Only sister-on-sister matchup in any lineup today in the league. Uzun took the shot herself that time. Elizabeth Williams nearly poked it away. Allen couldn't quite get there. Now Copper against Van Lith, takes her to the rack, couldn't finish, but a foul called. Van Lith thought she stuck with her cleanly all the way. And so far, Maddie with she's the younger sister, and they look just alike when they walk out for warm-ups. I saw Kat walked out for warm-up second, yeah.
Strong. As strong as an Alyssa Thomas drive to the basket. But what I love is that they're both rookies.
Yep.
They're rookies. They're about 7 years apart in age. And I just think it's incredible for this family, for the entire Westbeld family, to experience this. Their rookie seasons together and what they're going through and comparing notes. I know I saw her mom, and she had the split, the hat.
Oh, yeah.
Half of it's Chicago, half of it is Mercury.
Here's Maddie again. You like when she's aggressive, and we're seeing her develop right in front of our eyes. And now drawing the matchup of DeWanna Bonner. How about this? Hit the 3, then guard one of the best players in this league. Uzun fighting around the screen against Copper. You got to credit Uzun there for essentially forcing that turnover.
She did force that turnover. That was a great decision by her to go over the top of the screen. It takes more effort. It's harder to do that. It's harder to play that way, but it's the best way to defend Copper on ball screens.
Blocked from behind by Mack on Cardoso. Monique Akoa-Makani got out in front of everyone and trims the lead to 2. Same action, same side. Whip it out to the 3-point line. Banham back in with those 2 fouls. Sky were able to do some great work without her on the floor, though, which we haven't said a lot lately. The floater from Uzun, and then cleaning it up as Cardoso couldn't put the finishing touches on. Alyssa Thomas breaking through traffic the opposite way like a freight train in transition, and one for AT. Just does not.
Defense, energy now.
You know that role well. You lived it.
I like this role. This role's a lot less stressful.
I want to give a shout out to one of our other Sky assistant coaches as well, Rena Wakama, who's coaching Nigeria in Afrobasket. They won Afrobasket, beating Mali earlier today. And I know Tyler Marsh is excited to have Rena back, but shout out to her. He described her as determined, so passionate about her roots, as Bantam couldn't knock that down. And being able to coach and win with your country, just really amazing on the international stage for Rena. So congrats to Rena again on that accomplishment.
Well, she's done a phenomenal job as the head coach of Nigeria. She's the reigning FIBA Coach of the Year for the job that she did at the Olympics last summer.
Dunk down, Westbeld gets fouled. By the way, they changed what was counted as a 2 to a 3 for Maddie Westbeld. A chance to give this guy the lead at the line here. Bet365 is the official mobile sports book of the Chicago Sky. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Should be another thing about being behind the broadcast table instead of behind the bench. One of the former officials that used to work your games, Jenna Cross, you can now give her fist bumps before the game instead of getting explanations for why your players are getting teed up. A little more fun on that side of the table.
She did tee one of my players up years ago, but it was justified. She's a phenomenal official with the best in our game.
Akola Makani. We talked to Mercury assistant coach Megan Vogel before the game about Akola Makani, and they really haven't been surprised by what she's done in year one. Another rookie who has stepped in and filled a void for a new-look Phoenix team this year that is reeling of late, though. They've lost 5 of 6, the tap away from AT. They average 8.3 steals per game, top 3 in the league. Copper in transition, able to finish. So when you get those steals, Shimmy, you rack them up and you got 2 of the best transition players in Copper and Thomas. It's hard to stop.
This is where Phoenix is so dangerous, and Chicago has to really be careful here that they don't let these turnovers, these live ball turnovers, start to rack up.
Bantam doing more passing than shooting today, just naturally minutes down with the foul trouble, finds Onyenwere there, and a 1-point game.
Well, it's obvious that Phoenix has keyed in on Rachel Bantam, and rightfully so. She's been absolutely hot coming into this game, but their perimeter defense on her has been suffocating.
Elizabeth Williams getting set to check back in for the Sky. Sammy Whitcomb at the scores table for Phoenix after the seas kind of parted in the lane on the opposite end there for an easy bucket. Back to a 3-point game, a little over 3 to play in the half. Cardoso over Mack. Mack got the block. Westbeld gets it back, 2 to shoot, though. Bantam sees it, hoists it, couldn't quite hit it. Bonner able to secure the board. Back comes Thomas. You know what she wants to do, but he can never stop it. Copper triggers the tray and knocks it down in her former building. Sky led by as much as 8 earlier in the game. Phoenix has come back on a run of their own to now lead by 6. Cardoso got deep positioning down low and used it to her advantage. Cardoso with 9 points now. See the 6 rebounds for Camila as well. Looking for back-to-back double-doubles. On track for it. Bonner takes the shot. Bantam being guarded by Thomas, too. The length they're presenting hasn't helped. Looking for Nurse.
You see that Thomas was there on the catch. So Rachel has no breathing room.
Nurse pulls up, perimeter defense for Phoenix has been really good today.
They're defending the other perimeter players for Chicago a lot differently than they're defending Rachel Banham.
Bonner the cut, extra pass, Copper cashes in.
Kalia Copper is 7th in the league right now in three-point percentage. The last 2 games, Jason, she's been shooting 60% from behind the arc.
And 22 points against Indiana earlier this week. Down low, a foul called as Nurse will get free throws coming up here.
Chicago's been really successful with this action, the basket cuts, regardless of who's executing it. It's a great way to stop Phoenix's momentum. Chicago can put a couple points on the board.
Chicago, we have a cold timeout brought to you by Revolution. We'll be right back. 14 fast break points, 12 of them have come in this quarter off turnovers.
Chicago has done an excellent job of defending Phoenix Mercury's three-point shooting. That's a key, always a key to beating Phoenix, is to limit their threes. But where Chicago has really struggled in this quarter in particular is in transition defense. Some of those fast break points have come off of live ball turnovers, and some are just long misses.
They had another chance at it there. Now got to get back on defense to the tune of that number of fast break points against Nate Tibbetts' team that's trying to get back on track today. This Mercury group on the road. Again, after Indiana won their 5th straight earlier today, creeping up on the Mercury in the standings. And now Kia Nurse off the deflection, bounces to Onyenwere, goes right at AT, up and under, wouldn't drop. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. Sammy Whitcomb transition triple, make it 17 fast break points now for Phoenix. Game high 9-point lead for the Mercury.
This is why Sammy Whitcomb is so dangerous. She's shooting over 6 three-pointers a game, attempting over 6 three-pointers a game, but she gets a lot of those attempts in transition.
And she struggled at the beginning of the season, but all of a sudden has really re-caught fire and regained that form that we're used to seeing her having no matter what team she goes to.
Well, she was 5 of 10 the last time these two teams played one another. And she can shoot behind the screen, she can shoot off a dribble handoff, but she's lethal in transition.
Like you said, that last game these teams met, it was a 3-point barrage from Phoenix. They were getting them in any which way they wanted to.
17 made threes, which was a then record, franchise record. They would go on to beat that in their very next game against New York when they hit 18, but almost 50% in that game.
This Phoenix group, when they're healthy, they're together. No Satu Sabali today. It still feels like a group. I guess you could put them under a dark horse umbrella for the playoffs, but it's such a talented group all around. A competitor, a contender, I think is what you should call them when they're playing well and they're synchronized. Akoa Makani couldn't hit. Eight-point lead for the Mercury. Shot clock is off for the half. 7 seconds for Banham. Trying to get that screen up there in a hurry. Banham tried to wiggle through traffic, lost it, and that's going to do it for the first half.
Rachel's mad at herself right here. She tried to split the D, and then that caused that turnover. Because of Phoenix's length, it's going to be hard to try to split those balls.
A great play defensively there from a rookie who doesn't play like a rookie, and Monique Akoa Makani threw it off of Banham. There's turnover number 5, but the Sky, Shimmy, as you said in Golden State game on Friday, have been more poised and patient of late in the offense. Banham had to go to the bench early with the foul trouble in the opening half. Now you've got her, Beck Allen, Cardoso, Nurse, and Onyenwere, the 5 that started on the floor for the Sky. Brown, using her height, couldn't finish.
Unless my eyes deceive me, Jason, I feel like Rachel Banham blocked Kalani Brown's shot at the rim.
I think so. She met her at the apex that time, the 6'7" apex.
But it is obvious that Rachel Banham was the focus of Phoenix's scouting report coming into this game. They've been very intentional about how they're guarding her.
Let's go to Kalia.
I got to speak with assistant coach Tanisha Wright at the half, and she said that their intentionality needs to rise. Specifically, the advantage inside, want to utilize Camila a little bit more. Also, just transition after their shots, getting back on defense, always big for them, as well as just going ahead and pushing the ball. But again, making sure they are being as intentional as possible in this half.
Thanks, Kalia. Well, right here, trying to get back against Copper. That's what you want to avoid, but they just leak out so quickly.
I agree with Coach Wright. We're on the same page. Camila had 8 field goal attempts in the first half. She needs to have at least 12 to 15 in the second half, especially with Angel Reese being out. Her production and workload increases.
Cardoso on pace for another double-double. Beck Allen couldn't quite get the home-friendly roll. Onyenwere drawing the Alyssa Thomas assignment. She'll whip it out, the league's leader in assists. Didn't get another there. Nurse is running the floor and calling for it. Onyenwere, a pirouette, gave Alyssa Thomas a taste of her own medicine in transition that time.
It's a great job of Michaela Onyenwere of spinning, using great body control once she felt the contact of Alyssa Thomas in the paint.
Whitcomb, quick catch and shoot. This Mercury team, it's hard to describe them in one style. Some people call them a slower pace style, but they move so quickly. That almost felt like a transition bucket again.
They pick and choose when they speed up, Jason, and that's the sign of a veteran team.
The fade from Nurse, a little bit short. Thomas, Brown, Copper, Whitcomb, and Nicole Makani. The back cut from Copper. We saw that a lot in Chicago. In her days of wearing the Sky uniform, gives the Mercury a 13-point lead, and Tyler Marsh and the squad need to...
Very passionate to the players. He said, I am not going to watch this. I cannot want this more than you want it for yourselves. This is just effort at this point. Get the little things right and get back into this game.
Passionate is code speak for heated. That's another way to say heated. He was heated during that timeout.
He knows his team has played better in this game than what we're seeing over the last few minutes. He's trying to step up the intensity level here. Down 13, game-high lead for Phoenix Sky, led by as much as 9 at one point. Whitcomb bouncing off of bodies and getting an and one. That has been a theme today for the Mercury, counting it and then going to the free throw line for one more.
Sammy Whitcomb hit a couple of threes in her last few possessions. So Sammy still gets 3 on the possession, just in a different way.
The traditional way. And Whitcomb, one of 8 different Mercury players to score today. Foul here on Copper. She's leading all scorers with 18 points on 6 of 10 from the field. Banham trying to create something on this end for Chicago. Allen with 6 to shoot, stops, pops, couldn't get the roll. Thomas 6 points, she's got 7 assists though. Copper, heat check, and she's still red hot. 21 points now in 18 minutes.
Kalia Copper came into this game averaging 20 points a game over her last 2 games. She started out a little slow coming back from that injury, and she's peaking at the right time.
This week, 22 against Indiana, 19 against Atlanta. Now she's got 21 against the Sky. Tough drive from Kalani Brown, who we said would be a size advantage against this lineup going in. So you see Elizabeth Williams about to check in along with Sevgi Uzun. So now it'll be a question mark as to whether or not Cardoso stays in and they go bigger. But this run continuing out of the half for Phoenix. Your local Ford dealers are the official vehicle partner of the Chicago Sky. Fresh shipments of adventure-ready SUVs are in stock and ready to drive home today. Stop by your local Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com to learn more.
So Chicago's going back with their big lineup. So you have the 2 true post players in.
Oh, yeah, Whitcomb in the backcourt that time. They do keep Cardoso in, so first time we're seeing Banham and Uzun out playing together tonight.
And I like it. It's an opportunity to run Rachel off some off-ball screens.
Drive from Makoa Makani has not been afraid today. Now it's tied up. Cardoso hits the deck, and they got a foul called on what should be Makoa Makani reaching in there. And they got Kalani Brown. So her third.
It's a great call. I thought that was a good call. I thought that was fair. The contact is what caused Camila to fall. It wasn't a clean jump ball.
Been a physical battle on those tough drives down low. Right now, Alyssa Thomas still in, along with Kalani Brown and Kalia Copper and Sammy Whitcomb. 5.5 to go in the third, and the Sky pieced together a run to close out this quarter. Just a tough hedge from Thomas. Copper was right there as well. 4 to shoot. Banham has not had a lot of real estate. Great rebound, though, from Elizabeth Williams. Shot clock at 10 now. Saw Uzun in that pick and roll game in the first half. Couldn't get it rolling there. A turnover instead. And this will go back to the Mercury.
So this type of defense is what has been missing from Phoenix. They've lost they came into this game having lost 5 of their last 6, and you can point to their lack of effort on the defensive end. What looks like they've got their defensive spark back.
You could feel that in Coach Tippett's voice after the loss to Atlanta. And as Kalia said, you could feel the intensity needing to ramp up in Tyler Marsh's voice in that last time out, but it's just been a bit out of sorts so far through the third quarter.
In the entire first half, Chicago had 4 turnovers. They already have 10 or 6 turnovers alone in this quarter for a total of 10.
Bonner checks in for Copper. Now they're going to say no sub right now, so Bonner has to wait a little longer. Copper comes back out. Sky did play well when Maddie Westbeld was in the first half. She's getting set to come in. 4 hands have touched the ball here for the Mercury. Whitcomb's been red hot in this game. Off the mark. Banham's still looking for her first points. Haven't said that a lot in second halves this season. Having a career year. Got the pass off this time. Down low to Cardoso. There's some. Then what she does offensively, like you said, Jimmy. Uzun all over Akoa Makani here. Rookie from Cameroon dumps it down to Brown. She goes up strong. Sky, over the last 7 games during this skid, haven't eclipsed the 80-point mark. Hitting a stall right now offensively. Westbeld trying to end that, came up short. You get a foul on Van Lith, trying to stick with Bonner as multiple players are fighting around screens there.
You know I'm smiling right now. You know I love this rookie. For reasons like that, she is not going to back down from anyone. She doesn't care if you're a multi-time All-Star, an Olympian.
I was gonna say, I feel like she's guarded everyone on the floor tonight.
She does not care. She is tough. She is gritty. She is blue collar. She is hard nosed. That's why you see a lot of number 2 jerseys in the stands.
Bullet pass down low. Thomas to Bonner. Great chemistry there. That is assist number 9 for Alyssa Thomas. Mark that she averages, leading the WNBA in that category. Van Lith not afraid. That sounds good. Drop ball pass And Elizabeth Williams able to get that to go. You want to see more of that out of Haley Van Lith, the drive and the dump off?
Well, Haley Van Lith is really comfortable in the ball screen offense. It's what she ran her senior year at TCU. What you have to watch out for with Haley, however, in that offense is that's where she gets the majority of her turnovers too. She has a 22% turnover rate.
Calling for it here, no hesitation. Couldn't hit, tapped out. Onyenwere turns and got the shooter's roll.
What Coach Marsh has done is he says, give me 5 people who are going to go out and play hard. And it might not be perfect execution, but you're going to go out and you're going to play hard and you're going to compete. And right now, the 5 on the floor, they're doing that.
That's who can come in and meet the level they're looking for. Van Lith called for the foul that time. But you're right, this group is playing hard. We've felt it over the last couple of minutes versus how the quarter started. Lincoln Auto Insurance, providing low-cost auto insurance since 1955. Alexa at the line, 11th overall in 2020, but making her WNBA debut this year as a 29-year-old rookie.
Phoenix has a few of those, that contingent of older rookies. They have 4 rookies, and their average age is about just under 27 years old.
Van Lith, nice look off, and then the fading shot. Lefty jumper, it always looks good. Lexi held another one of those older rookies on the drive and the finish. Their coaching staff was telling us how much they love her hustle, ability to split through physical actions defensively. And then she can lock down on this end. Shout out to DePaul women's basketball as well, DePaul alum. Board from Elizabeth Williams, shot clock didn't reset, no problem. Goes back up.
I asked Elizabeth Williams before the game if she prefers coming off the bench or starting the game. She said it didn't matter to her, that she was okay with either, and she's done both this season. But her stats, Jason, they say she's much better as a starter than she is as a reserve.
Yeah, came off the bench today. Like you said, maybe kind of gave this guy some depth when they didn't have depth due to injuries, to give Cardoso some time like right now. Sit on the bench while you still have a big out there.
She's averaging about 12 points as a starter versus 6.5 as a reserve. Same, her rebounds have also doubled as a starter, but she's a pro, so she's going to do whatever Coach Marsh needs her to do.
Sky fans, join the season ticket wait list. Place your deposit today for priority on season tickets. For more information, visit sky.wnba.com. In the midst of a 4-game homestand right now. Got a Washington coming to town on Tuesday. Last time the Sky played the Mystics, that was when Kiki Iriefin and Sonia Citron decided to both go off in the same game. Van Lith weaving around the screen, got a foul called, I believe on Held. Looks like, yeah, it is on Lexi. Her former head coach, by the way, Doug Bruno, sitting courtside. Here's Doug, former DePaul women's basketball head coach for a number of years.
Hall of Famer Doug Bruno.
Yep.
Sitting next to him is the new head coach of DePaul, Jill Pizzotti, his longtime assistant. Congratulations to her.
Yeah, she was an assistant when Lexi was wearing the DePaul uniform.
There's Jill.
Love the hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
Bright orange, looks great on Jill.
Iconic. I liked it much better than that Phoenix Mercury Held shirt that she was wearing to start the game. She took that off quickly, so we'll let that one slide.
Shout out to the Westbeld family going split colors today, I guess we'll call it. Got the split hat on with Mercury and Sky. And the two sisters are out on the floor against each other once again in this half. So cool to see. And they were guarding each other for the majority when they were on the floor in the opening half. Same story here. Meanwhile, 4-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Lexi Held going to work. Elizabeth Williams, a good switch. 6 on the shot clock. Westbeld the wraparound, Mack the finish. Now shot clock is off, 7 seconds. Uzun looks up, sees it. Both head coaches up directing traffic. Uzun splits the D. Maddie Westbeld trying to answer back and does at the buzzer for Maddie. That's a great story, Kalia. And you see that with Angel on the bench when she has been out, unfortunately, with the back issue. So much energy, so much mentorship, and guiding her rookies, a position she was in just a season ago, guarding her sister here now. Both rookies. That is tapped away and stolen by Elizabeth Williams. Now Uzun back to Williams. They'll feed her and reward her for the defense.
That was textbook fast break by your true point guard and your big running the floor. And that wasn't a rim run by Elizabeth Williams. That was a rim sprint.
Another element of seeing the character of this Sky team getting fired up after a good stop, and now another chance to capitalize offensively with still 9:23 to go in this game. Look at our Ashley stat of the game. You see the last just under 4 minutes there versus the first 6 minutes. That's kind of a ridiculous stat. 15 points in the last 4 minutes for the Sky. So on a run here, trying to claw their way back in.
Well, as Kalia Butler told us during one of her hits, it was that passionate
timeout.
That passionate timeout by Coach Marsh. And this is how you know a team is still connected and that the coach still is very much in the driver's seat, is when they respond. Because there's been a lot of times where coaches have been passionate during timeouts and the team does not respond to that.
Rebecca Allen looking for the three, still in search of one today. 0 for 3 to this point, but you know she can knock them down at any time. Perimeter defense, the Mercury, has been a strength for them. Here's again Van Lith not backing down, fighting around the screen against Bonner, tries to shoot over and gets it to go. Sometimes the offense just a little too good.
There's nothing that Haley Van Lith could do with that. She played that textbook. She went over the top of the screen, she contested the shot, but Dewana Bonner is 6'4".
See what they can get on this possession. Sister on sister matchup, back-to-back Allen. Still looking for that first 3 to go.
I want her to keep shooting.
Yep. Copper at 21 points in her first 18 minutes. The athleticism around the rim, upper echelon in this league, to say the least. One of your top 3 finishers maybe in all of the WNBA. And going to go to the free throw line.
That was classic, Ka Copper. That's what all these Sky faithful that are here today in Wintrust Arena, that's the Ka Copper that they remember when she was wearing a Sky uniform. This new three-point shooting, I don't know who this is.
Just an off-season element added on, but the real money still being made at the rim. Ashley, where style begins at home. Visit ashleyfurniture.com today.
Ka's free throw shooting was one of the bright spots for Phoenix against Atlanta the other night. She got to the free throw line 8 times. She's averaging about 4.5 free throw attempts a game because of that athleticism and transition that you talked about.
That's the Ka Copper we know and love. Elizabeth Williams turns the corner. Bonner the rebound, and now Alyssa Thomas trying to take advantage of lanes opening up. Bounces out to Copper. Short. Bonner there, though, right position. Now Allen holding what appears to be the ankle, may have stepped on a foot on the way down there. And Rebecca Allen immediately going to go over to the bench. Kia Nurse checks in. Hopefully just a tweak there as she was landing. Van Lith didn't hesitate going into that. And now Alyssa Thomas, she doesn't hesitate either in that form, in transition. Easy bucket.
No one is stopping Alyssa Thomas when she's going to the rim in transition. I don't even think it's physically possible.
We were talking with their assistant coach, Megan Vogel, before the game, and she said, I just warmed up against AT. I got to go get myself a shower before I even get back out here.
A shower.
It's the hardest warm-up you can do as an assistant coach.
Some treatment.
Right.
Some stem and ice.
Maybe some rehab. I'll look back at, again, it looked like Rebecca landed. Wisconsin Dells is brought to be the water park capital of the world. Visit wisdells.com for more information. It should be just kind of another odd day lineup wise for the Sky. I think for me in this one, the 2 early fouls for Bantam. It was hard to get back into a rhythm. Team never really found it from a 3-point shooting standpoint. And that's been a strength when Bantam's on the floor of late. And then a slight tweak in the starting lineup. Good reason behind it. But every game it feels like there's a new formula you got to try to figure out on the fly because of the injuries. And it's just, it's tougher than it looks, and it's hard.
And I'm glad that you recognize that, Jason, because it is hard. Coaching is hard at any level, but especially at this level when you're depleted with injuries. You're already a new coach, implementing a new system with new players. But that's the job of a coach, is to make tweaks, to make adjustments, lineup changes.
And Tyler Marsh is doing a great job of it.
He is. I think he's doing an excellent job with this team of both laying the foundation, but also coaching with to the team and the players that he currently has.
And it's a staff really go to the front office and down. They live, breathe, and eat, trying to build up this franchise and make it as good as possible day in and day out.
Feel of getting her bigs the ball in a place where it's just easy for Camila to just go up and score.
She's been really fun to watch. Like you said, just a 2-game sample size so far, but you feel the difference in the presence with her on the floor. And you also noted the ability to have Bantam, Van Lith play off the ball. Lost it around the screen there to Koa Makani. 3-on-1, Copper, Thomas, Mac, Thomas able to finish.
It's 27 fast break points by Phoenix.
They average 11 a game, which is a good amount, but 27, more than doubling that up. Ridiculous number today. Well, Phoenix has already won a challenge today, and that's why they kept it. And now the entire bench is adamant that they want to challenge here, and they will.
Jason.
Saw it in warm-ups. You just kind of take a glimpse at their side of the floor. They're very strong, very tall, and won't back down to anyone. In the corner, Oninwede able to make up and kind of get the points back from that last successful challenge.
That is an excellent response by Chicago, especially Michaela.
Pull up from Copper, and she had 21 points in the first 18 minutes of action today.
Kia Nurse played that perfectly.
Pass nearly picked off by Thomas. Westbell did well to fight down low. Just that kind of little effort moment can carry over to Tuesday against Washington. And Bantam stops. She'll find Oninwede. Leans in. Bonner may have gotten a piece of that. No Angel Reese today if you weren't with us. Haley Van Lith did return. Hopefully get Angel back. Last time she played was against Washington. That's who the Sky will have next as a part of this 4-game homestand. Then Atlanta after that before Indiana at Indiana on Saturday. Mercury without Satu Sabali today due to personal reasons, as Copper has made up for the scoring they have missed without Sabali. She's got 25 now.
It's on par for how she has been playing as of late. Came into this game, the last 2 games, averaging over 20 points a game, 60% from the 3. She started out a little rough this season after returning from her injury, but she's heating up. She's peaking at the right time.
They missed the 16 games with injuries, 4 straight All-Star appearances prior to this year, 2 of which were with the Sky. Give a block to Cardoso there, but Koamakani, a part of this Phoenix team that about 8 steals per game. They turned a lot of those into a ton of fast break points today. 30 now fast break points, to be exact.
It's a lot of talented rookies in this league, but I definitely have a Koamakani on my all-rookie team.
And Phoenix is the epitome of waiting for some players to develop, maybe a few years after college. Don't make a team right away, but then your rookie years, maybe 3, 4, potentially 5 years after you graduate college, and that can still work.
So it's almost like a...
See for the Sky on this possession, Kia Nurse gonna draw a foul here.
I like Kia Nurse's decision to use her physicality, which I feel she has an advantage against Lexi Held, and just drive to the rim, not settle for a jumper.
Your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted with their award-winning lineup of sedans, SUVs, hybrids, and EVSs. Available class-exclusive features and America's best warranty. Hyundai puts your safety first. Koamakani fakes, pumps, couldn't hit, and Banham in here. He'll turn the corner, as open of a look as she's had today. Able to drill it, but just her first points of the afternoon.
And that is hard to believe. Give a lot of credit to Phoenix. They have a lot of respect for Rachel Banham and the way that she has been playing this coming into this game. It's a great decision by Elizabeth Williams to just not slow down, not wait for her guards, but still go right at Kalani Brown.
Elizabeth will go to the free throw line. All right, Jimmy, well, the clock is stopped. Decision time. We going to La tonight or not? The crew is waiting on your answer. There's a lot going on in Chicago today.
The performer that I really wanted to see at Lala is sitting courtside right now, and that's Dochi.
Dochi.
She performed last night. That's who I really wanted to see.
So that was your night, but yeah. You'd want to see Sabrina tonight.
I do, but not $400 worth. That's who I wanted to see right there is Dochi. Well, and I'll tell you something, this transition defense of Chicago, they're giving me some anxiety since we're talking about Dochi.
Well, you mentioned the $400. I heard our producers covering the tickets. So, I mean, get the squad together after the game and celebrate into Tuesday. Four to shoot here for Held. Speaking of Chicago, again, back in her familiar grounds, played for DePaul. Van Lith, a good cut, good eye contact between her and Williams. It's almost like an eye contact assist there.
A really nice two-person game. I like the eye contact assist.
Eye contact assist.
I like that.
I feel like we need a eye contact sponsor now for that.
So first you gave us the sitting assists.
Yeah, we had the sitting assists.
And now
the sitting rebound.
You just hit us with the eye contact assist.
The optometry assist. You come up with your acronyms, I come up with titles for assists. That's our roles here, Jim. And I also will not pay for the tickets later as well. That's not my role. But I think we're still going. Lexi Held off the mark. And now Van Lith with a minute to go. Again, the team's still banged up, so like Jimmy said, probably a light day, but getting reps in the court before Washington on Tuesday. Those Washington matchups have been fun this year. As a block from Brown. Just hopefully, if Angel's playing, you've been having these matchups with Washington where it's been like almost like a Rising Stars challenge between some of the best young players in the league. Citron had 28 in that last matchup. Irfin had 22. Angel had 22 and 13.
The games between those two squads have been very competitive because they match up so well personnel-wise.
Could have some battles for years to come between Washington and Chicago. Again, with Indiana winning 5 in a row, they were creeping up on Phoenix in the standings. That 5-4 spot, very close. As Williams gets the bucket, be curious to see, depending on the injuries, if she's starting on Tuesday or coming off the bench. Do you mix and match that again? It'll be a decision for Tyler Marsh tomorrow and his staff.
That's the grind of coaching. No two game plans are the same. No two scouts are the same.
There she is again, knocking down the jumper.
I have so much respect for Elizabeth Williams and how she approaches the game, how hard she plays from beginning to end. She's the consummate pro.
That'll do it for this one. Jimmy, your thoughts?